All right, today we getting all the way controversial. Oh, we getting the smoke in. We getting the smoke in. I know some fellas just got some questions. We gonna get this taken care of. Recently, I did a podcast interview and I mentioned the consumption of meat and how that's not great for you. And the comment section went wild. So yeah, I have to address that. I have to put smackings on some people, just let them know what's going on. And hey, this is Brian, AKA Uncle B, and for the last 23 years I've been a men's performance coach with GoodWood. And as a coach, I do have to go in sometimes because people just don't want to listen. You know, you gotta set some things straight, so let's go for it. Specifically, today we're going to talk about carnivores and the carnivore diet and how that has no good effects for your erections. Stop it. Oh, well, there are exceptions and they are rare, and more than likely, that's not you. Gotta give a quick shout out to Leonard Lund and Mark, he just goes by Mark, because they were in the comment sections getting at me, so I'm getting at you back. And of course, if you like what you hear, go ahead, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell so you can get some more of this information. And I'm not wasting any more time. We're just gonna break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. Let me start off by saying I was the uncle at the barbecues, the 4th of July, the birthdays. I'm on the grill. I've been serving them up. I was flipping burgers at McDonald's. I was pouring out that mystery meat at Taco Bell. It's mystery. I was even at Sizzler Steakhouse. Don't even have a Sizzler Steakhouse anymore. And I really cannot go to hell because there's nothing but a ton of chickens there waiting for me. You ate me and my uncle and my mama. You ate me and my mama together. I mean, it was a chicken omelet. What was I going to do? All of that to say, I am not a chicken hugger. I'm not hugging a cow. If it's me on the planet with another animal and that's all that's left, the animal's dead. It's fried up. Also, I am not with the vegan mafia. I don't know what the vegan agenda is because I haven't been to one meeting and I didn't know they had an agenda. And by the way, I still eat meat. I mean, back in the day, I used to eat between 200 and 300 animals a month. Now I'm down to 4, roughly like once a week. I'll just have a taste, really just because they're all around. But what I do know is that I have food allergies when it comes to certain meats. So if I'm eating that shrimp, it's going straight to my foot. Eating that salmon, knee problems. Pigs, swollen hands. I haven't had red meat in years, maybe a hamburger just for the heck of it. So I don't know the effects because I've been cleared out for a good long time. And for me, chicken is tolerable in small doses. That's mainly my 4 a month. So let's go ahead and talk about this carnivore diet. First of all, the branding is horrible. Let's be very clear about something. Humans are not carnivores. They're not even omnivores. Let me go ahead and prove it. Carnivores eat freshly killed animals. They kill an animal and they start eating it, starting with the stomach. They actually start eating through the stomach acid. Something that, well, you can't do at all. Just go ahead, find your little cat, find your little dog. Just take Fifi and go, how does that feel? How does that taste? It's revolting, right? Because it doesn't make any damn sense. Humans have to kill field dress, which basically means cutting open the stomach and pulling the stomach out, the stomach acid so it doesn't implode and mess with the entire animal and you can't consume it at all. Of course, we have to defur it. We have to cut it up into manageable sizes. And of course, we have to package it to eat later, whether it was you putting in salt back in the day or wrapping it in saran wrap nowadays. And let's just point out the obvious. Carnivores have face, teeth, stomach lining, stomach acid, entire digestive system is completely different from humans. So no, just stop it. It's a lie. You're not a carnivore. It's just freaking obvious. One other thing carnivores don't do is have pets. Also, carnivores have shorter lifespans. And you'll notice that for the most part, humans, when it comes to eating mammals, do not eat mammal carnivores. 1, because that doesn't make sense. How are you going to sit there and chase something that can kill you? 2, eating carnivore meat, well, carnivores are 2 steps away from the plants. We can eat herbivores because they eat the plants directly. We eat them is just eating the stored plant. When we're eating a carnivore, we're eating a carnivore who ate the animal. So their whole physiology, the way their meat tastes, their skin is actually different from ours. That's why you can see 2 lions sitting there biting on each other and they don't actually cause the level of damage they would do if they bit you. So I know we still got the carnivores out there, but I know something you don't. Let's go through that. Carnivore advocates are always pointing out some random vitamin that you can only get from animals. Let's talk about that B12 and that K2. First of all, how many people do you know have died from B12 or K2 deficiencies in the history of ever? Rare. By the way, B12 can be found in mushrooms, can be found in seaweed, and also nutritional yeast. And of course, they got some pills for your B12. And by the way, you only need 2.4 micrograms. I don't even know how to measure a microgram. A microgram a day. And if you're looking for that good vitamin K, get your Brussels sprouts, kiwi, cabbage, broccoli, there's more. Let's be very clear about something. When you eat the animal, just be clear that you're just getting what the animal ate. The animal, when it grows to the size that you want to kill it at, yes, it's been accumulating herbs, herbivores, being accumulating grass and things like that we can consume. We can bypass the animal and just eat the stuff. We can't eat grass, but you get what I'm saying? And let's be very clear about something else. Never in human history have we eaten meat every day. Just think about this. You're living with your family of 5 back in 1920s when there was no electricity, no plumbing, it was the way you're living right now, completely different from the 1920s. And in the 1920s, they couldn't eat animals every day because think of it, if you're on a farm, well, you're gonna eat all the animals in 1 month. Meat is survival food. Meat has no fiber. So if you're continuously eating meat, yeah, you're gonna have problems going to the bathroom. Even people on the carnivore diet have to get some roughage in there, otherwise they constipated in the mud. Also, it causes scarring to the blood vessels. That means that down there where your blood vessels are very thin, if you're causing some issues down there, you're not getting the blood flow there, bruh. Now let's talk about the history, because people always say, we're hunter-gatherers. Well, actually, our ancestors were gatherers who hunted when survival was necessary, because we're talking about how easy it is to go over and get an apple and eat it, as compared to running down and chasing an animal that, 1, is faster than you, 2, what are you killing it with? Not a gun, we're talking about history, right? Not a sharp spear, we're talking about history, right? With a sharpened stone? Have you ever tried to kill an animal with a sharpened stone? You're probably gonna lose that battle. If our ancestors ate meat the way that we do right now, archaeologists, going around looking for the places where we used to live, there would be a big pile of cow bones or ox bones or giraffe bones. There'd be some bones left over. A pile of it, a huge, ridiculous pile, because they were eating meat every day, and they weren't. It wasn't until the late 1800s that the thought process that we were supposed to be eating animals instead of plants came out, and that was done by a company. Basically, they're trying to get some money, and yeah, that's what they did. In the 1960s, the industrial farm complex took off. That's where we went from, when people were bragging about having a chicken in a pot because that chicken was going to last all week long, to we have chicken piled up called happy hour and all types of other things that we just do for no particular reason. And so from there, what else took off aside from the amount of food that was available in terms of animals? Well, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, and for this conversation, ED took off. Now let's talk about those exceptions, because people don't be down there, my uncle, he lived to 81 and he was able to, eat, smoke, drink, all this kind of stuff. Let me describe exactly what your uncle was. Y'all don't help me out with this word. We have to cover up this word. He's lucky. Really lucky. He's also rare. Very rare. Most guys are not that rare. Now, there are some humans who do require the consumption of meat, but that's the way Mother Nature works. It's like some people who sweat when it's cold, some people who are nocturnal, they can't sleep during the night, they sleep during the day. Mother Nature moves stuff around just to see what works. We're always playing around with it. But once again, this is rare. So, if you've been eating meat your entire life and now you have ED issues, well, that's a major cause. So, should you stop? That's a good idea. It's sort of like if you have lung cancer, you should stop smoking. It just makes sense, right? Yes. So what it comes down to is that normal people are not supposed to eat meat every day. Please just start cutting back on it. You're going to be good. It's not like somehow you're going to shrivel up and die because of a lack of protein. Yes, you get protein from plants. That's where the animals got it from. See how easy this is? And just to be clear, meat consumption is not the cause of ED, but it is a major contributing factor. If you have that as a problem, you have to change it. Now, just to be clear, I don't have a problem at all with you if you decide that you just want to go ahead and eat meat, player, do you. What's your woman's name? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. How long you gonna live? I'm not kidding. The only problem I do have is please don't say that it's healthy. It's just something you like doing. You're not a carnivore. You just like eating it because it tastes good. And why does it taste good? Because you season it with plants. Huh? Imagine that. Why don't you just go ahead and get the seasoning? Never mind. All right now, fellas. Question of the day. Have you tried eating nothing but meat? You just went for a whole month and just like no fruits, vegetables, anything, just meat. Let me know how that went down in the comment section. And as always, if you like what you heard, go ahead, hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. And this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.